Alright, well, welcome everyone to the first episode of Crypto Corner for this year. Today marks the 14th birthday of Bitcoin, so what a better time to make this first Crypto Corner for 2023. So yes, 14 years ago on this day was mined the Genesis block, guys, and I just posted on my blog, I posted this post here, happy 14th birthday Bitcoin. Really, Bitcoin is now a teenager. Make sure that you go and check out this blog post. I give you a very brief breakdown here on what exactly happened and everything. This is, by the way, the Times cover where this was embedded. This sentence here, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks, this was embedded in the Genesis block of Bitcoin. And it marked an important point in history. The most important invention of this centuries to me is cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin in particular being the first cryptocurrency, the first successful cryptocurrency, and the one that is the most robust network of all of them. So with that in mind, I will move on now to the charts. I'm going to look at the charts of Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. And we're also going to talk about Litecoin, because Litecoin is waking up and there is a very good reason for it. Keep your crypto safe with the best cold storage on the market. Keystone Wallet, air-gapped device with top-tier security. Alright, well, starting with the daily chart, it's actually looking good right now. We see that the MACDs are printing this bullish cross, so we still have a lot of upside momentum to be built. We are crossing the 9th moving average, which we were trending below it. It's usually a support for us, but as we broke below it, it's been acting as a resistance over the last more than a week now. Now we are finally breaking above it, and most likely we are going to hold this as a support. The next one that is important for me is the 50th moving average. This is exponential moving average on the daily. If we manage to climb above this, we are going to look really bullish. For the time being though, we are not very bullish just yet. These are early days. What I like about this is that we are forming this double bottom, which is a bullish formation. And another thing that I like is that over the last few days and even over the last week, as we were going down in price, the volume also dropped significantly. And drop in price with drop in volume is another bullish indicator. So we can expect further bullish price action to follow. If we go in the shorter time frames, this is the 8-hour chart, we see that we actually have the 50th moving average here acting as a resistance already, and most likely we are going to get rejected from here, and we're going to make a pullback. This is also confirmed by the stochastic RSI going in the overbought region and forming this bearish cross. So in the short term, over the next few hours and over possibly tomorrow, we are going to see some pullback, which will actually give us a good chance for accumulation. This is also visible on the 4-hour chart, but as you can see, the 4-hour is giving us this bullish cross of the 9th and the 50th moving average. And what I like about these moving averages is that you can actually use them on any time frame. They're not specific to the daily chart, even though the daily chart is more telling than the shorter time frames, but the 4-hour chart right now is also looking bullish. A pullback is to be expected though, most likely here to the 50th moving average, which is sitting at 16,690. So a pullback to around this price range is going to be the most likely scenario, and then I'm expecting that we are going to make another run for this resistance that we have here at 16,900. This is the current resistance that we have, and we are going to challenge that, whether we are going to manage to break above it. Maybe not on the first attempt, we'll see how it goes. This is a level that has been difficult to crack. A few times already we tried, and every time we get rejected from that level. So it is possible that at first attempt we are going to get rejected, but for a brief time, if we keep the bullish momentum and the sentiment is turning more and more bullish, then I would expect us to break above this. And once we break above 17K, then we're going to get really bullish. So we'll see how it goes. We do have another resistance. The higher resistance is at 17,600. But first, of course, we have to conquer that 17,000 level. That's 16,970 or whatever it is. Of course, it is a range. It's not just a fixed price. But 17,000 is a psychological resistance. So, of course, it will be an important, crucial level to crack. Looking at the higher time frames, the 2-day chart is also giving us a bullish sign here. Stochastic RSI is printing this bullish cross, and it is also very close to the oversold region. So I'm expecting a bullish momentum to be built over the next few days. Despite the minor pullback that I just mentioned, this is going to be a very short-term pullback, and in fact we might not even do much of a pullback. It could be that we just drop to the lower 16,700s, maybe even 16,600s, just to give us that buying opportunity that I'm really waiting for, and then a continuation of this bullish trend. The weekly is not yet looking very bullish though. I would like to see these moving averages here to curve and to start going on the upside, because right now we have this bearish cross in the stochastic RSI. Let's take a look at the MACDs. The markets are still looking alright though, but they have been looking like that over the last 2 weeks, and they're not really giving us a strong indication of what we can expect. But as you can see, price was going down and the volume was significantly going down. Of course, it was New Year's as well, much less trading happening over the holidays. Now that we are starting the new year, we'll see how it goes. I would really want to see the volume pick up, and if the volume picks up as the price is also starting to go up, this will be a very bullish indication as well. Ethereum is looking very similar. This is the 8-hour chart. Again, we are seeing this resistance zone here, and we are seeing that the stochastic RSI is in the overbought region, indicating that we are going to see a pullback. This pullback is most likely going to take us, let me just go on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is most likely going to take us to the 50th moving average, and this is right now sitting at around 1200. So 1200 level could be revisited. It is very close to where we are right now though. I mean, we are at 1216. So going to 1200 or even dropping slightly below the 1200 level is going to present us some very good buy opportunities. Let's go on the higher time frames, the daily. So far, we are forming here this diagonal trend line, which is our support trend line, and we have been respecting this trend line for quite some time now on the daily. It's been good 2 weeks that we have not managed to break below this trend line, which is good for us. So a drop to that trend line, which is sitting at just below 1200, is a very likely scenario in my view. The stochastic RSI still has more room to be going up until it gets in the overbought region, but it is quite close, I must say. We're almost entering the overbought region. But with a minor pullback that I'm expecting, we're going to get out of there, and then we will have some more strength to continue going upwards. We do have a resistance at 1255. So of course, this is my first target. We'll see how we act as we get there. Also, this is the MACDs, and we're seeing a bullish cross forming in the MACDs, so indicating further bullish price action. So the higher time frames are actually looking more bullish. Let's take a look at the weekly. What I don't like on the weekly is that I'm seeing this triangle forming, and this is typically a continuation pattern. So since we are coming out of a downtrend here and we are making this triangle, most likely scenario for me is to actually break down below this triangle. We'll see how it goes. This is the only indication here of a bearish price action, but everything else that I'm seeing, all the indicators, are actually giving me a sign of a further continuation of the bullish price action. So we'll see how it goes. Even if we break down from this, we can still just turn it and continue on the upside after that. This could just be a liquidity grab. To me, a drop down from here will actually present buying opportunities, accumulation time for me. And another coin that I want to analyze is Litecoin. I haven't actually talked about Litecoin in quite some time. I did talk about it, but I haven't actually done a technical analysis. We did see some good performance in Litecoin, some strong accumulation happening over the last couple of weeks. It has a halving coming in about 6 months from now, and this is when we start seeing the first signs of accumulation. So this is why Litecoin has actually outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last few days, even the last week in fact. And right now we are in the shorter time frame here, the 8-hour, and probably in the 4-hour chart we are going to see that we are in the overbought region in stochastic and the simple RSI, both of them in the overbought region, indicating that we can expect a pullback. This pullback is going to be ideal for me because I am accumulating Litecoin and I'm not really wanting to accumulate it over $70. I want it to drop below 70, 68, 67, 65 even though I don't expect us to go all the way down to 65. But if we drop to around 70 and 69, 68, $67, this whole range here is going to be an ideal accumulation zone for me. And then of course we're going to be waiting for the halving. I will be talking about it more as time goes by. I will be doing more technical analysis, but this right now is early accumulation for Litecoin. Make sure that you place it on your radar. I'm not saying that you have to buy it right now, but definitely monitor, keep an eye on Litecoin, because as we approach the halving, we're going to see a sharp increase, perhaps shooting way above the $120 price range, perhaps even 130. We'll see how it goes. I will be doing more technical analysis. Right now, I'm expecting a pullback, so don't jump into Litecoin as you watch this video. Wait for the pullback. This is the daily, and as you can see, the daily is also indicating that a pullback is to be expected. This is the stochastic RSI, and it's in the overbought region, and we are starting to see a curve here in the moving average. So very soon, as the curve, they will make this bearish cross just like we see here, and after that they will be going downwards towards the oversold region. Once we hit the oversold region, or we get close to the oversold region, it's going to present us with a good entry point. So this is what I will be waiting for. This is why I'm not rushing into buying Litecoin as we speak right now. Alright, well, this is everything for today's episode, guys. I'm trying to keep this short. If this helped you, show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. And also make sure that you check out the links in the description, where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm personally using and that I recommend to you. And also, while you're here, just pick another one of my videos, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.